Or to the cloud.
Hey.
Hello. Hello. Welcome, everybody. My name is Karen. I'm here with the Phillies Key team at Citywide Keller Williams, Philadelphia. Today, we're interviewing Shonda Hodgins, who owns, Shonda Young, who owns Twisted Karma, which is an apparel company based here in Philly, PA. And we're just going to talk small business. We're going to talk COVID. We're going to talk working in the apparel industry and how she got her start here in Philly. So, sorry, Shonda, if you want to introduce yourself really briefly, that would be great. And I'll go ahead and ask you some questions, and we'll just keep this like a very conversational format. So,
Well, hey, I'm Shonda, born and raised in Philly. I own, create everything for Twisted Karma. Originally, it started out as just like rave wear, but as I've grown as an older woman, I've branched out into like more casual things. Like I'm going to continue to try to make rave wear, but I've been doing like jewelry, stuff for babies because I have babies, just all types of stuff, hair stuff, just all types of accessories.
nice. That's cool. That's a good even mix. So you said that you started out in rave wear. How did you get your start, and what got you started?
Well, I think it was like 2013 or 2014. I got into the underground music scene, and I noticed that like everybody was dressed like how I love to dress, like rhinestones, all just like outlandish neon colors. And I was like, well, I noticed that a lot of the girls were like, they looked like they were wearing homemade stuff, and I'm like, I can make that. I probably can make it better and cheaper. So I just started. And the more shows that I went to, the more ideas I got. And I just started my Etsy. And honestly, it just took off from there. It was easy to sell because people would see me in it and they'd be like, well, where'd you get that? And I would just like, Twisted Karma on my boobs. So yeah. But yeah, that's how I started pretty much.
That's great. So you're really like what you saw is like went into the market. You saw that like there are a lot of people just like wearing homebrewed stuff or whatever, and you're like, I can do that. And you start, because I know for like my part, like I was kind of into underground music around the same time. And it was definitely always like, I think you and I first kind of met around that time. And it was always just definitely something where I was just like, as sort of like someone who's like kind of not particularly like artistic in like a fashion way. I'm like, I definitely like have like a market need for something like that, so that's super cool. And you're based you're based in like Philly. You've been in Philly the entire time, or?
Yes, I'm born and
Nice.
raised, love Philly. This is my city. It's very crazy, but I'm very crazy, so it's a good mix. I mean, everything about the city is it's a big reason why I started it. Is like this place is so big. You meet people every day, all day. You
Mm.
get ideas from everybody. Walking in the street, like 20 different people had on 20 different outrageous outfits, and I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do this. I just, I mean, this is my city. I love it.
Nice. That's awesome. So like so that's really like my next question is going to be like, what do you love about being a Philly business? But I feel like that answered it like super well with like how much you love that. Have you done like Philly Fashion Week, or like been
No,
involved in like the Philly fashion scene yet, or you
no,
still
I
like?
wish. I'm trying. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what Twisted Karma is right now. Honestly, like at first, like I said before, like it was bravewear, but like I want to branch out. So if I just want to see what works. So I've been just trying different things for now, but once I get like a clear Twisted Karma, like what I want to be known for or whatever, I think want to try to get out there more so. I
Nice.
just, I'm just trying to figure it out. It's just taking a while.
Yeah, I mean, and that's definitely something to consider. Is it's definitely like pulling in that direction and stuff. And with everything that's going on, it's definitely worth like a second look, evaluating strategy. I guess that's kind of like it's the big elephant in everybody in the room in each case is how are you handling COVID, and has COVID affected your business like in any specific way? Can you talk to us about that for a while?
I mean, when COVID honestly is the reason why I started to revamp Twisted Karma. I wasn't doing anything for a while. Then I'm just sitting at home during the lockdown. I'm like, well, I could be doing something. I got all this free time. I got little helpers. I got my kids. I got my husband. I got somebody. I have a team now that can help me, even though they're not really helpful. So that put me like really just started the gears moving to get stuff done. And I think that since COVID started, people, they want to shop. I mean, it's really the only thing we can do these days. So I'm like, well, let me see I'm looking on the marketplace, seeing what people want to buy. So I'm like, well, let me start making this, or let me start buying this, trying to sell this stuff, because I mean, the money's out there. People want to spend money because that's the only thing we can do,
Totally. I've been on Poshmark like nonstop.
Oh
Like I'm always on like I'm just always like looking for like I'm just like what are people selling today? Like what's
right.
good up there? And the same with I should definitely I'll send you a link after this interview to Kivia Jewelry. But they're a BIPOC woman-owned business out in Portland that specializes in like jewelry and apparel and stuff. And they
Oh,
put
that's
together
cool.
these yeah, like I think you would definitely like them because it's kind of like also BIPOC woman-owned, like uh very like tasteful kind of stuff, and like it's like
Right.
thematic too. I think you get a kick out of
Ooh,
them. So definitely, but I totally agree with your point about people want to shop because it's definitely something that has really impacted people in like personal way. And like, it's one of the ways that you can really like engage with people is,
right.
using your phone or going shopping or whatever else. So, I guess, it sounds like you're doing like, COVID you're one of, a lot of people, in times of strife, you look for the opportunity there. And it sounds like you found a really good opportunity
Right.
to revamp your business and start to bring it to the next level and make that adjustment from rape wear to accessories and some apparel and some other stuff. So yeah, that's super awesome. I guess like what are some of the top like observations that you have about your business? Like what's your clientele like? How is Etsy as a platform?
Etsy is a platform. That's like a big can of worms. I mean, I love it. It puts my products, my name out there, but I want to get to a point where I'm able to have my own website and
Hmm,
do my own promotion, not have to pay. But for now, it's the platform. I mean, I've tried other ones, but Etsy, I mean, it's where it's at. But I found that just posting on, Facebook Marketplace and even on Instagram, that's another reason why I love Philly, because it's like word of mouth. It's so many people
true.
here. I mean, you tell one person, oh, where'd you get those sunglasses? I got them from her. Or where'd you get those earrings? So it's like, I mean, the best platform I think is just people. But then it's Etsy, and then it's Facebook.
True, true. I think you're definitely right about like Philly being such a good city for that. I mean, we work on that on like the real estate side, and like so much of our business comes from referral and word of mouth because I feel like Philly is like it's like a really like conversational city. Like, you connect with
Right.
people on more of like a personal level here, and people are just like, I mean, they're crazy, but they're really open with you too.
Right. You can, I mean, you walk down the street, you ask somebody something, they'll give you an answer. It might be a crazy answer, but it's still, you're going to get an answer.
For sure.
Mm, I
Yeah,
love
that's
it here.
yeah, love it too. Um, Well, I guess, I feel like, if what I should have asked you for is like some product samples or something to show because we're doing sort of a video interview, but I will definitely hit you up for some links and stuff to
Yeah,
your shop.
sounds
And it's
good.
definitely when you launch your website, give us a shout. We'll be happy to like cross promote with you. That's always something that, we try to do on our side is like the cross promotion side of things.
Oh, I
Um,
appreciate it. Oh my God, I
yeah,
appreciate it.
of course, of course. So how is it being an entrepreneur and a mom? Like, is that, do you find you have a good like work-life balance? Or I know it's a loaded
Um,
question, but I'll hit you with this one.
no, I mean, it's a lot. It's busy. It's time consuming, but it's good. I mean, I'd rather be doing this than doing nothing. It's just
Mm,
it took time to learn how to adapt. I mean, they're small, so they can't really help as much. So I'll do some work like before work when they're asleep or after, but not so much during the day. They have
mm,
my attention all day, and my husband, that guy too. But I mean, I like it. I'd rather be busy than just hanging out. So
really
it's a lot, but I love it. I
nice.
love those kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just it's for me it's worth it.
Yeah,
And I mean, we haven't been doing anything besides going to work, so and hanging out with them. That's one plus. I hate to say it about COVID. I've been spending a lot of time with my kids because what else? What else
yeah.
could you
What
do?
else?
I'm learning that these teachers, like, they're heroes. Like, they deserve it all.
Mm,
And I can't wait
definitely.
until they can safely return back to school.
Yeah, no, I think we're kind of in the same boat. I know, like, for our sort of, to tell you a little bit about like our clientele, like we work with a lot of teachers in Philly. We have like a pretty good mailing list of teachers in Philly, and we actually like we have a good number of like women and BIPOC women and BIPOC people that are like on our mailing list and stuff. So it's definitely like a good environment of like support for that. And as far as like being like a working mom, it's like it does seem like it's almost a little bit easier during COVID. Not for the school, obviously, not because of school, but it's definitely, it's like you can set aside more time with your family.
Right.
On our team, Ernest and Jackie, Billy's Key Team sort of originated as a husband and wife team,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, so it's cool. Jackie, she raises their three daughters. Well, obviously she and Ernest like raise them, but it's definitely, I feel like that, something that we kind of look at with this pandemic is how it's like differentially affected like working moms and
Right.
mothers and stuff. And these all of these supports that we've had are just sort of through like the educational system and stuff have been interrupted. So it's definitely like interesting to hear your perspective about and some of the good too, which is that you have like we got in more time with our families
Yeah.
during the initial like during the initial lockdown and stuff, and then as we continue, it's definitely like sort of a big thing. But I guess to bring it back to Twisted Karma a bit, um, do you have like, especially like as a woman of color, as a Philadelphian, do you have any recommendations for people that are looking to start their own business during COVID, or people looking to get into the apparel industry, or just something that uses like cutting like uses the same kind of platforms like Etsy or Insta or whatever?
Honestly, my mom told me this forever ago. Like, if you want to start anything, you just got to do it. I mean, you got to do it, and you got to do it now. You got an idea, you got to do it.
Mm,
Tomorrow may seem like it's better, but today is better. And don't think that you need like a complete plan, a complete layout of what you need to get done or what you want to get done, because that will fall into place. All you
yeah,
need is an idea, and then you start getting it done.
nice.
That's like my mom. She always gets stuff done. She's like, to get her done.
I love it. I love it, especially because like it is just sound advice, and you can't really argue with that. It's definitely, you just like you just put it so succinctly as far as
Yeah, I
just
mean, you just like you'll keep waiting for the perfect time, and you'll be waiting and waiting because it's never the perfect time.
that's very true. That's very true. Um, that's I feel like and timing is something especially for an entrepreneur that takes a lot of foresight and forethought, which is, like if you're, but that's also, it's kind of funny because like in real estate, we have a lot of people that are trying to buy homes or whatever, or sell their home. They're like, I want to time the market in the appropriate way. And it's like, I mean, you can do that, but it's really, you're competing when you're timing the market, you're competing with people that are already established. You're competing with people that research the market full time. You're competing with people that have market intelligence that you might not have. So really, it's like if you want to just get in the game right away, it just makes sense just to jump right in and go ahead first and get in the game fully onboarded and prepared. Um, that's super cool. And I will, I'll definitely, I wish I had thought of it before the interviews to ask you to like, show some of the stuff that you sell, but I've seen your website and stuff, and it's nice. It's like really cute. Definitely fulfills a need in my wardrobe for cute quasi rave wear, like, because I think that, I guess maybe another question might be like, how do you think like tastes have changed since you started Twisted Karma?
I mean, in general, or like in the rave scene? Because
Both. I mean, I feel like we could probably educate our audience a little bit about the rave.
I don't know. Like it's when I first started, I feel like so old saying this. When I first started 20 years ago, no, like a couple years ago,
Huh. Nice.
Everything was very like everything was very sparkly, and now I feel like everything now is like the pashminas and like the bigger clothes. I'm just like, I know I'm old because I like the rainbows and the sparkles and stuff like that. It makes me feel like what's that the like, oh my god, I can't think of it. It used to be like they would have like the folders and the pencils and stuff. It was like, I can't think of it, but
Trapper Keeper, or
it was something like that. I'll
Frank.
remember Lisa Frank. I'm like Lisa Frank, and everybody's like, I don't know, the complete opposite now. But that's like my jam. I like the like rhinestones and the sparkles and the unicorns and stuff like that. And now everything is a bit more mature. But what's crazy is that I'm mature in age, but I'm still like, I still like the sparkly and stuff like that. But
Nice.
I mean, my little sister, she's like I think right now my key demographic. She like promotes a lot for me. I noticed that a lot of the like 20 something year olds, they love like everything big, big earrings, big glasses. And I'm just like, I mean, whatever you like, I'll make. And I'll produce and I'll sell it for you guys.
Yeah, that's definitely, that's interesting, for sure. That aesthetic, I feel like that was pretty big like 20 years ago, which was having like those
Right,
sort of like big, big like display items almost like.
right. Everything
But
recycles.
yeah, yeah, it's
Everyone wants
true.
to look like Elton John now. But I like Elton John, so that's fine.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's kind of like it's good for business too, because like you get some more, like, people are looking for accessories and stuff, like they want more like flashy stuff and like big stuff that's like reminiscent, and that fits with the aesthetic that you're selling to. I agree about the Lisa Frank aesthetic though. I feel like having a lot of like bright stuff in your wardrobe is really nice, and like sparkles. I guess probably some of it is just like glitter clothing with glitter on it is a lot to maintain,
That is
like,
true.
yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah.
You want to be healthy, you want to have like the biodegradable glitter and stuff, but it doesn't matter what kind of glitter you get. You like, it's everywhere. And even
True.
when you don't want it to be, you're like, dude, I left that festival 2 weeks ago and I still got glitter in my hair. But so I'm keeping it to a minimum now, especially with kids, because they'll have glitter in them forever. And I don't need that.
Yeah, fair. It's true. It's definitely true. Yeah, I guess so. I guess we should probably make sure that the audience knows how to get in touch with you. And I guess when we send around this interview, I'll provide links in our bio and the write ups and stuff. But how would I find Twisted Karma if I were an interested customer? Do I Google you or look for you on Insta, or what do I do?
Okay, well, it's Twisted Karma on Facebook and on Instagram. Also, I'm on Etsy as well. You could just search Twisted Karma, or there's a link in my Facebook and my Instagram. So yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Etsy, Twisted Karma.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we will definitely make sure that all of those links are provided and that our, our mailing list, our people, anybody for this key team that we can find you for sure. This has been super, super great. Do you have any sort of like closing thoughts or observations or just anything you want to share? Um,
Um,
favorite rave song, favorite rave memory?
Favorite rave memory. Oh my gosh, that's intense. It used to be this place that we went to on 45th and Lancaster, I believe it was.
I remember
And that
Lancaster.
might have been one of my first places like that I actually like was in. And God, this was so long ago. I feel so old. But I think it was the first actual like underground show I've been to. Oh, it's my dog, by the way.
Uh, what's
And
what's her name?
her name's Sandy. She just wants to be in the business.
Oh,
She's a prima donna. But yeah, I love that place. I still think about it sometimes when I'm like driving to work. I'm like, I was passing. I'm like, oh, I used to go here, but it was fun. And I'm still kind of in the scene, but I'm old now, so I'll just try to go to a festival or two a year. But I mean, it's something that I definitely do miss. But I miss it, but I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore. I can't take it. I'll go to a festival and like I'm hurting for like the rest of the year.
I know. Oh man, no, it's like I'm like, how was I ever 27 in my life? Like, how did I get through? Like, how did I get through that?
Right. Like you go out on like Tuesday and then you'll be at work on Wednesday. If I did that, I would be out of work for the rest of the week. Like
I'm in the same boat anymore. It's crazy. Like, it's definitely like rough, but it's definitely cool that at least like being sort of older, you can sort of like, it's like you can provide like good advice to people and like sort of be like, like provide the leadership that people need when they're, if it's like their first event or if they, if they're very new to things, like it's nice to be able to kind of take on that role, like even at the party. Um,
right.
yeah,
It's nice to
and
be the rave mama.
exactly, exactly. I love it. So I guess we've covered sort of all of the major interview points, I feel. I guess, if there's anything else that you want to say about like small business or just karma or just music and life in general, just
Well, I mean, honestly, just support. I mean, small businesses are like as we see like with COVID going on, like they're what make this country. Like, okay, all the Walmarts and the Targets of the world, whatever, but it's like people are putting their blood, their sweat, and their tears in these businesses. So we should support. And even if it's not something that you want, you can always like, you can always share because you might not like it, but your friend might or their friend might. So yeah, let's just keep these small businesses going. Let's share them. Like
yeah,
let's keep them going. Let's keep people working and making making products, doing stuff that they love.
yeah.
Because if you don't got that, what do you got?
Totally, totally. I feel like that's such a healthy attitude to have, and like as a fellow small business, like we definitely, we're so happy that you came on board to interview with us, and we're happy to support you, and it's the same like you said, it's like we can do. You don't have to be a Walmart or a Target to survive this. We can do our part as community members to support each other's businesses and share. And like you said, even if like, it's the same thing in selling houses too. It's like if you might not need a realtor yourself, you might be settled, but there's always somebody who, the size of the market is huge. Like, there's enough for everybody to eat, especially
Right.
like in apparel, in real estate and, even like metalsmithing. I interviewed a company a couple weeks ago in Kensington that makes like beautiful custom work.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, I'll send you their interview too. It was really good. Um, but yeah, like it's definitely, it's definitely the right time to be engaged with people and also, connect to others.
Right.
So yeah, for sure. Well, I can't thank you enough. This has been a super good interview. I'm definitely like hyped to go on your Etsy and look for some Twisted Karma products for sure. Um, I could use a new pair of sunglasses, so definitely, we'll check that out. Um,
Awesome.
and I guess, if there's any sort of closing remarks, just feel free to share them.
No, just thank you. I mean, I really appreciate you taking the time to interview me. I don't know why I was so nervous, but this was great. Again,
Yeah,
thank you.
absolutely. So, yeah, thank you again, and we'll definitely touch base in the future and stay in touch. I'll make sure that you get a copy of this, and that we also, that we promote you as hard as we can, because, like you said, it just takes some likes and shares. It takes, sharing with your community. And Philly is, like you said, Philly is a big place. We can feed a lot of people just in our city by showing that support and showing that love. So I'm gonna hit stop recording in like 2 seconds or so. So
Okay.
thank you again so much, Sean. I really appreciate it. Really looking forward to the future of Twisted Karma. So I guess if we'll get in touch with you via just look up Twisted Karma on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy, and our people will find you. So
Awesome.
great.